You know, this is one of those tricks that restaurants do to fill a restaurant with nice, fresh-smelling garlic when you walk in there. Anyways, the old coot here, coming back at you with another exciting video. So I've got my garlic toasting, right, on medium to low heat, more on the low side. Just basically slowly getting a little bit of toastiness there. If you've watched the videos prior to this one, you'll see how we get to this point. But what I did in the meantime while this was getting toasty was I chopped and peeled my bell peppers, right? So I don't want these burnt bits to be with the peppers when I fry them, because otherwise they'll burn even more and then you'll get a bitterness in your final caponata, which is what you don't want. So if you, whatever you can take out, like these little burnt parts, just make sure to get them out. You kind of get a sense of what's going on there. Here's another big little chunk that I'm going to try to take out. So you basically want to get rid of those burnt little bits. So anyways, with that being said, what I'm going to do is I think my garlic's ready to be removed from the pan. Non-stick pan, use a non-stick utensil just so you don't scrape your pan. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my bowl a little bit closer, right? Bring everything closer so it's easy to work with. And the smell is just amazing right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the garlic out, right? Let me pause for a sec so it's easier to do this. Okay, so the garlic's out of the pan. I put it in this bowl, basically strained it off. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this sit. So very lightly toasty, right? Very lightly toasty. It's pretty much cooked through. It's going to continue the cooking process as it sits here. And also when I throw everybody into the swimming pool when it's all said and done. So if you saw from the previous video, one of the key tricks to when I make caponata is everything gets fried separately. Separate. That ensures even cookedness, like even doneness when it's all said and done. But also, it just helps to keep everything organized so you know what's going on, where it is, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I cut up my peppers, and what I did was I threw away the burnt bits, right? Like any of these little like extra charred pieces, because if you throw these into there, you're going to get bitterness, and that's what you're trying to avoid. If you get a few or several, that's totally fine, no big deal. But what I'm going to do now is while this is still on low heat, right? Low heat, the peppers are going to go in. So if there's any excess liquid, if it splatters, it's not going to make a huge explosion like a splatter bomb. And see all those juices down in there? Those juices I'm going to throw into the swimming pool with the rest of the stuff. I'll show you that in the next video. But anyways, my peppers are going to go in. So there we go. And like I said, whatever, if you happen to miss some and you need to get out a little bit of extra char, that's totally fine. Just make sure to get these out. You know, hopefully you do this before you put them in the pan. The old coot makes boo-boos once in a while too. But anyways, you kind of get a sense of what's going on there. I'm going to clean up the rest of this. Let this fry away. What I'm looking for is tenderness, right? Make sure the peppers are tender and cooked, right? I'm going to remove these, put them into the temporary swimming pool with the garlic, and then the next one will be the onion. And the same thing, I'm going to chop up my onion, put it into a strainer or a colander so that the juices come out. I'm trying to save all these juices because that's where a lot of the flavor is. The juices are going to go into here, and then eventually this whole bowl with everything that we cooked is going to end up going back into the big pan, and then that's going to be the next step in the process. So anyways, with that being said, links are down below in the description, also in the comment section. I'm the old coot. Stay tuned for the next video. What I'm going to do now is turn up my heat a little bit. I want to stay somewhere around here. So I basically want to fry these. If you feel like you're not getting a good fry, you can always add more vegetable oil as you need to. Vegetable oil is what I like frying in. I try to use the vegetable oil because it's just better than burning the olive oil if you were going to use olive oil. So anyways, with that being said, links are down below. I'm the old coot, and I'll check you all in the next exciting video.